The third neighbor policy is a term coined in Mongolia to describe its official foreign policy. The country strives to pursue a multi-vector approach, a strategy it shares with Kazakhstan, notes Mongolian political and economic observer Jargalsayhan Dambadarja. The two nations indeed have much in common, including vast territories and proximity to two major regional powers. We spoke with the Mongolian expert to learn more about how the country positions itself on the global stage. Mongolia is a semi-presidential republic that balances power between the president and parliament. The government is formed by the parliament, known as the State Great Khural. The president plays an important role by representing the country in international affairs and has veto power over some laws, although most of his duties are ceremonial. Positioned between two large countries, China and Russia, Mongolia must maintain a delicate geopolitical balance while aiming to develop a democratic system of governance. Even though it only borders these two nations, Mongolia refers to its foreign policy as the third neighbor policy.
The third neighbor is another terminology we use in our foreign policy because we have two neighbors, and the third neighbors are those countries with whom we have a virtually no border but close relations, in particular Western countries with whom we have very much common value for many years. And first of all, the US, European Union, India, and other countries. So we try to have this multi-vectoral, foreign policy.
Mongolia's economic model heavily depends on exports to China, which consumes over 84% of the country's exported products, including strategic resources like coal, copper, and gold. The asymmetry in economic relations creates additional challenges for Mongolia, limiting its room for maneuver.
For example, with Russia, we depended on Russian fuel almost 100%. Now we are making our own refinery with the loan from India, and soon we will have our own oil refinery, which hopefully will balance the trade balance with Russia. In terms of China, we, of course, because China is a large market, and like Kazakhstan, we almost all this mining minerals we send it to China.
The Mongolian government understands the vulnerability of resource-dependent economy and is working on diversification to provide everything necessary for its relatively small population of 3.5 million people. The country is creating free economic zones, such as those near the borders with China and Russia, to stimulate foreign investment and export development.
As a result, we have now per capita income $6,000 of GDP per year now, but it was just 4,000 2 3 years ago. And by 2028, 4 years from now, we will have $10,000 per capita, which is more or less the basis for further development of economic and political institutions into more inclusive directions. And challenge also facing, of course, corruption at different level, and the society is discussing it very openly.
Currently, political and expert circles in Mongolia are debating which region the country should associate with in the new geopolitical realities. It is likely that Mongolia will aim for more active participation in Central Asian affairs. The country's geographical position brings both advantages and challenges, compelling Mongolia to pursue a neutral and multilateral foreign policy, which undoubtedly opens up new opportunities for fruitful cooperation with all partners. Daurina Sagulov, New Time.